Good morning, Raptor Freaks. Lex Yachts here. It's Wednesday, and I'm doing a Wow Wednesday. Our two favorite teams on this channel are both in Europe. Yeah, we found out yesterday that Toronto Raptors have decided to do a training camp in Spain, which is very, very interesting. I think that the connections of Darko Rajakovic to the Spanish league and connections that he has around that area bode really well for why they would be there. I mean, part of it is that the basketball world had a centerpiece to it in Vegas very recently with the Summer League and USA versus Canada, the WNBA, Las Vegas Aces. So much going on around Vegas. Well, the hot spot for international basketball and basketball just in general on the globe has shifted from Nevada to France, in particular Paris, of course, for the Olympics coming up. A lot of the Olympians showing up and training and getting ready this week for the competition to start this weekend. We're going to have the Olympics starting. That's right, baby. Let's go. But yeah, the best players in the world in basketball are in Europe right now. So why wouldn't the Raptors be in Spain practicing right now in a mini training camp over there? Lots of connections there. Lots of NBA players there right now. Lots of crazy European pickup games going on right now. Yeah. We're going to talk about that in a sec. Of course, Team Canada's been there for a bit already, doing friendlies over the last week or so. So, all the Raptors, most of them should be over there right now, I would think. Maybe not all of them, but a good portion of them are going to be over in Spain in the next couple of weeks into the mid of August is what I heard. There'll be a few weeks of training camp. I think they threw the rules out with the NBA at this point. Teams can practice guys all year round if they want to. People want to show up and they just want to play and practice together as teammates from the NBA. Well, green light, right, wide open, because it seems like teams get together in the offseason and work with each other way more than ever at this point in the NBA. This is interesting because in some ways, I don't know how this was back in the 70s or 80s. It really did seem like players would take the summer off and say, hi, see you later. I'll see you next year. Maybe they worked on their own. Maybe they went home and worked with their people that they worked with in the past. But quite often, the connecting the dots of players in the offseason and to be all together as an ensemble, very difficult to do. But the Raptors have had great success with this, especially since the pandemic. It's been very interesting how much the Raptors players under contract have been committed to coming together in the offseason and putting in work together. It's so good. It shows a commitment. In some ways, this may be part of how Bobby and Masai are talking to people that they're thinking about putting on the Raptors. Would you be willing to come and play and practice with the Raptors in the offseason at different times of the year? And, if you say yes to that, maybe you got a better chance of making the Raptors. But yeah, really cool to see that Team Canada's in France and the Raptors are in Spain is what they're saying right now. Yeah, I don't know who all's there. I'm not seeing any of the pictures yet, but I'm sure we're going to see them as they come. Watch. Yeah, all right, Trevor J's first in. The commissioner of fun. Trevor J commissions fun on this channel. In fact, he's commissioned the classic card of the day, and I'll open this box up and get a card out, and we'll play that trivia game at some point coming up. He's saying, good morning, Raptors family. Life never seems to be the way we want it, but we live in the best way we can. There's no perfect life, but we can fill it with perfect moments. Always remember, be kind, be fair, be honest, be true, and it will all come back to you. Wow, Trevor J even rhyming a little bit in there. Yeah, I get what you're saying here. Everybody gets dealt a different hand in life. And in some ways, some of them are similar. Some of them are very different. But this is the thing. It's not necessarily the hand you're dealt. It's how you play your hand. And you can make the most of your things that happen to you by having a good attitude and trying to do the right thing. And, just really using what you've got. Some people, they're very lucky and privileged, and they have a lot of things that are easy for them. Some people have to work harder for stuff. So in some ways, it's like you got to appreciate the process. You got to appreciate the gratitude of having what you do have to get to what you want. So yeah, I'm with you, Trevor, on this. Great words of wisdom this morning. He's saying Canada beat Australia, and today Canada is playing Spain at 2 p.m. Now, qualify that. I do know who you're talking about, but just please, Trevor, there's so many different levels of basketball with different age groups and men's and women's. I know you're talking about the women's team. The senior women's team for Canada beat Australia yesterday, but you really got to qualify this. There's too many teams and too many things like that. But yes, it was a very good win for Team Canada over Australia on the senior women's team. And they're going to play Spain today at 2 p.m. Team Canada senior men's team is also playing today, but it will not be televised. We will not be able to watch it. It will be behind closed doors in a scrimmage against Team Brazil and Bruno Caboclo. Yeah, so that's what's going on today with Team Canada. They're playing a game today, but it won't be seen. There's no crowd. They're going to be in a closed arena, and they're going to be playing a scrimmage, a closed-door scrimmage against Brazil's Olympic team. So that's what's going on with Team Canada senior men's. And the senior women's are playing Spain at 2 p.m. There you go. Monique is here, the super fan. Monique Lawrence, good morning, Raptor Freak family. I'm sure this was Darko's idea, putting in work. Europe is a good choice. Yeah, Mo. It's definitely a stomping ground of his. It's interesting that both Jordi Fernandez and Darko Rajakovic have their basketball path go through the country of Spain. So they're both very familiar in that country for their coaching and what they've done with whatever teams. It's like Darko was in the Spanish league as a coach, and Jordi has been a coach of the national team of Spain, an assistant coach for Spain. I don't know if many people know that the Team Canada coach has been an assistant coach in the Spain program under Scariolo and all those guys and stuff like that. So, it's interesting. Also, Mo, you got really excited about the news about Darko trying to get a game for the Raptors in Serbia. Well, that's the thing. They're going to try and get this more international. They're going to do more practices over there. Who knows? We'll see. Maybe Adam Silver has bigger ideas for things. Who knows? The whole thing holding up the scrimmage or the Raptors playing in Serbia is getting it all agreed with another team. To get another team to come there and play against them. They may be better off playing a European team in a friendly scrimmage than not another NBA team. That may be easier to do for the Raptors. To get a game in Serbia at some point is just go ahead and play a Serbian club or play the EuroLeague champion or something like that. That seems like that may be more feasible. But who knows? Maybe there is another NBA team. Maybe there's a team with a prominent Serbian on it, Denver Nuggets, that may want to play the Toronto Raptors in Serbia somewhere. So we'll see. This is very interesting. And yeah, Spain, it's interesting because from Emmanuel Quickly's Instagram stories, it looks like the NBA Players Association has a new gym in Spain right now. Actually, let's do this real quick. I'm going to go ahead and do the Instagram stories because this is very interesting what I've seen. First of all, Emmanuel's enjoying the NBA Players Association Performance Summit in Spain. I guess they just put up a temporary court. There's a really beautiful pool, and it looks like there's a bunch of players there. So it's not just the Raptors that are there. There's NBA players from all over the league. The next clip is of Emmanuel working out in the NBA Players Association gym in Spain, and he's guarding MVP of the finals, Jaylen Brown of the Celtics. And he steals the ball from Jaylen Brown, and he gets hyped up like crazy. Our point guard, Toronto Raptors starting point guard, Emmanuel Quickly, stealing the ball from Jaylen Brown in a scrimmage and yelling, "Oh!" I love you, Emmanuel, but it is in some ways a big deal. The man just stole the ball from Celtics finals MVP, Jaylen Brown in scrimmage, and he's yelling. So that's the thing that's going on right now. Jaylen Brown sparring with Emmanuel Quickly in Spain right now. I wonder if Jaylen Brown being in Spain right now while Team USA's in France and the whole thing that just happened recently with him getting passed over to be the replacement for Kawhi Leonard. Now, I wonder if this is something weird here in some ways. We see Gary Trent Sr. is in the gym with the youngsters, Gary Trent Jr.'s younger brothers, and he's giving shooting instructions. He's saying, make sure you follow through. Keep your hand up. Get your rhythm. Put your body into the shot. Be consistent. Get it up over the rim. These are the kind of things that Gary Sr. is telling these kids as they put up shots in this gym. So, yeah, Gary training some more young Trents to maybe possibly make the NBA. Maybe Gary Trent Sr. is hyper working these kids out because he's seen how Trent Jr. did not get the payday he's supposed to. And he's like, these youngsters need to get up and get some pay themselves. So he's working them out. He's also posted a clip of a 92-year-old woman escaping from a nursing home over a 2-meter high gate. That is very impressive. I'm not going to lie. If you can do that at 92, you're an athletic freak. You're pretty awesome. So I'm all about it. We got Chris Boucher still repping the Raptors practice gear and everything he's been posting the last week or so. So listen, Chris ain't going nowhere, especially since we're playing in Montreal in the preseason, y'all. Come on now. You know it's true. Today is Jamal Shedd's birthday, guys. So we are celebrating Jamal Shedd's 22nd birthday. He's got a picture of him, youngster, with his mom on his Instagram stories. And he's saying this: birthdays aren't the same without certain people. My life been blessed, but I do miss my angels. No, all y'all gonna guide me through this year of my life. Miss y'all daily and love y'all. So even Jamal's birthday is today, but he's thinking about people he's lost, people that have passed, that are his angels on his shoulders. And I hope those angels guide you to amazing, beautiful, winning with the Toronto Raptors, Jamal Shedd. That's what I'm wishing for you right there, my guy. Yeah. And then we got the Raptor is celebrating Happy Tuesday. I don't know why. He's just celebrating a Tuesday. The mascot of the Raptors, the Raptor. Grady Dick has a cool picture of him with his red Corvette. He's pulling down the glasses, and he's kind of looking at the camera funny, and he's showing off where he is. He's at somewhere very fancy and nice with palm trees and ocean. Maybe Grady's in Spain. I'm not totally sure where he is right this second, but it is somewhere very tropical and nice with some nice tropical trees. Amari Moore has got a picture of a guy wearing a Randy Moss jersey. That's a throwback and a half. Shamshay looks like he's back in Africa, guys. I think that Ulrich actually, after Summer League, got some time off, and he has flown back to Cameroon. There's some clips of his farm, his family farm, on his Instagram stories. You guys want to find out more about the mystery of Ulrich Shamshay, you can go follow him on Instagram. You can get a picture of his life. It's pretty cool. It looks like they're picking some bananas where they're at. But yeah, it looks like Shamshay is back in Cameroon at Futuni is where he's at. And then he's putting on blast Yves Missy of the New Orleans Pelicans. He's a friend of his. And then he's also celebrating Jamal Shedd. So I'm guessing that Ulrich knows that it's Jamal Shedd's birthday. So he put him on blast on his Instagram stories. There's some really interesting interaction between Shamshay and Koloko on Instagram right now. Shamshay made a post, and Koloko came in and called him the man. And Ulrich saying, "What do you mean?" And yeah, there's a little bit of going back and forth in French between the two tall Cameroonians. I really, really hope Koloko is going to be wearing Raptor red this year. I really, really, really do. Because in some ways, the friendship of Shamshay and Koloko could be very, very entertaining this year, guys. I'm going to tell you that right now. Dubber Don is showing highlights from his year last year with the Portland Trailblazers on his Instagram. We got Kelly Olynyk posting this is an interesting story by Liban Star One. It's about the seniority on the Team Canada team. Of outside of Melvin Ejim, Dwight Powell, and Kelly Olynyk have suited up for the national team the most among Canada's 12-player Olympic roster. Yeah, those guys are a long time. And Dwight Powell and Kelly Olynyk were interviewed yesterday talking about being on Team Canada, what it means to them. Of course, they talked about Kelly and his parents and their connection to basketball, and Dwight Powell talking about how he was discovered and how he got into basketball and how it does really mean a lot to play for Canada and to get out there, and especially at the Olympics. Oh my gosh, it's going to be so cool. Brendan Carlson is back in Utah. We see him back as Shamshay's back in Cameroon. Carlson's back at his alma mater of the Utah Utes, putting up shots back there. Now an NBA man because he's played in Summer League at this point. So now he can come in with that. And we see that Ochai Agbaji appeared at the Raptors Basketball Academy presented by Drink Prime Hydration. And yeah, he went there and hung out with the little kids. He was doing some coaching. He did some drills, showing the kids how to do picks, set a pick. So Ochai Agbaji smiling and doing the community service, being there for the children. at the Raptors Youth Academy. So good stuff by Oshai. It may have been a tough, rough summer league, but get those good vibes up by giving back to the community and the kids, Coach Oshai. Good stuff there. I love it. Let's see what else we got going on. Let's see. Koloko is asking, how old do you think this guy is that he's working out with in the gym? I have no idea how old he is. I don't care in some ways. Let's see. Is there anybody else we should cover? No, that's it. There's the Instagram stories real quick. Some fun back and forth between Koloko and Kamshay on their Instagram. So they're friends. They're definitely buddies. And that's pretty cool. That is very, very cool. All right, let's see. Trevor's saying those are funny clips with Brooks. Love his laugh. Yeah, there's some clips that came out yesterday with some of the Team Canada guys. There's one with SGA who's asked, what are the perfect player? How would you build the perfect player? And he said, scoring from Kobe, defense from Lou Dort, athleticism of LeBron. Very interesting answers by Gilgeous-Alexander. He actually said passing of Andrew Nembhard. So he really thinks highly of the passing skills of Andrew Nembhard. I like that. Now, Dylan did the same thing. And he was asked, what are the 3 toughest people to guard in the NBA? And the first person he said was Luka. Straight up. He said Luka. In some ways, I can see why Dylan has a hard time guarding Luka. There's similar body types. And in some ways, Dylan can't just bash into him like he does everybody else, because Luka kind of is a bash into everybody kind of guy himself. So I can see that. Then he was like, who did he say? I think he said Jamal Murray or something. And then he turned and he said, Andrew Nembhard, because he's sitting next to me. So Andrew Nembhard getting praise from SGA and Dylan Brooks yesterday, whether it's forced because he's sitting near them or what. Yeah, Dylan was funny. He was asked, Kendrick or Drake? And he said, the villain, me. He was asked to choose between Kendrick and Drake. And he said, myself. Yeah, Dylan's awesome. He's such an interesting person in the NBA world at this point. And yeah, Dylan was really funny in those clips. If you see any of the Dylan Brooks interview stuff with Team Canada from yesterday, check it out for sure. Trevor Jace yesterday made a purchase from Casey Bannerman Customs jerseys. He bought 4 of the brand new RJ Ivory Team Canada jerseys, RJ Barrett. So he's gonna be rocking the new number 9 for the Olympics with RJ. So I love it, Trevor. That's so awesome. Whoever's getting those other jerseys, they're so blessed and lucky to have a friend like you that's going to give them some Olympic RJ Barrett jerseys. So fantastic stuff, Trevor. And supporting Casey is awesome. I agree with that. All right, Tommy Dukey's here, the emoticon giant out in Victoria, British Columbia. Tom Duke, what are you saying this morning, my guy, Tom? Kayla Alexander had 21 points and 6 rebounds as Canada's women's team won 77-74 over number 3 ranked Australia. We won it with rebounds and free throws. Canada shot 21-26 from the line. Go Canada. Love it. Thank you, Tommy, for the update on the game with a little more in-depth information there. Very close game. In fact, the battle was like, you know what? Canada's already looked good during the game. And some people were always saying, even if they don't win this game, they've looked really, really good in this game, the women against Australia. Well, they got it done, and they executed at the end of the game. It's a big growth spurt for the Canadian senior women's team to have a victory like they did over Australia. Now, it's an exhibition still. The games have not started, but it's a good sign that against a top team like Australia, Canada can take care of business in crunch time and get on the winning side of the outcome. Yeah, Tommy Dukey, good morning. And look at that. He's got me on the flag, baby. That's right. Go Canada to Paris and win gold. That's what I'm saying. That's what I've been told. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah. Tommy's saying women's rankings going into Paris. Number 1, USA. Number 2, China. Number 3, Australia. Number 4, Spain. And number 5, Canada, baby. That's right. There's a new power rankings for the men's teams out also after the friendlies that have happened in the last week or so. There's been some shifting around. France has plummeted from number 3 on the rankings. The host country is now 6th in the power rankings in FIBA for men's basketball at the Olympics. They have plummeted, and their losses are gained as Canada moves up a spot from 5th to 4th. The new rankings are USA still at number 1, Germany number 2 still, Serbia has moved up and France's spot as number 3. Canada's moved up into Serbia's spot as number 4. Australia leapfrogging France and Spain to get into number 5. Now Spain and France are 6 and 7. Greece, number 8, they have dropped 2 spots. South Sudan jumps up from the bottom of the rung all the way up to 9, leapfrogging Brazil, Japan, and Puerto Rico, who finish out the 12 for the Olympics and the rankings now. So Puerto Rico now ranked as the lowest ranked team in the FIBA power rankings for the Olympics. South Sudan, with their impressive game against USA, getting rewarded, jumping up 3 spots on the rankings. There you go. So the power rankings are real good for Canada, moving up a spot once again after a couple of friendly wins. Yeah, we've only lost to USA, and well, that's to be expected to a degree in some ways. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, Tommy's got Monique on blast with the Maple Leafs next to her too. This is beautiful emoticon art, Tom. Beautiful emoticon art. The flag me and Maple Leaf Mo. I love it. I love it. I love it. Look at Mo. She looks so cool with the 2 Maple Leafs on the side. It makes me so proud to be Canadian, to have great Canadian friends like Monique Lawrence. This makes me so happy. I love it. Tom, I'm going to give you a 3-pointer. I'm going to give Mo a 3-pointer too for looking so good next to our Maple Leafs. That's right. That's right. Look at that. That looks so good. That looks so good. All right, Monique, we're going to give her a 3 real quick. She's at 122. And we got to give the emoticon giant, Tom Duke, some more love for his amazing work this summer. Oh my gosh, Tom, you have been an all-star all summer long with your emoticons. 101 for Tommy Duke. You have broken the century mark, Tommy, and you're hot 101.5, playing Blink 182 every half hour on the half hour. I missed you. I miss you. All right, let's keep going. All right, see, Tommy's saying first game for the girls is France on the 29th. Yeah, let's go Olympics. Coming up very fast. Cowboys here. Good morning, Lex and Raptor Freaks. Let's grow. That's right. Cowboy, good to see you, my guy. Tommy's saying Greece is going to go down on the 27th. Kelly Olynyk. That's right. That's right. And then he's got the rest of the crew. Jamal, SGA, Lou Dort, Andrew Nebhart, Kem Birch, and RJ Barrett. There you go, Team Canada. I can't wait to see you play on Saturday. There's been so much action in the last week between Raptors Summer League and the friendlies for Team Canada that it's weird to have this period of time in the middle of the week now where I'm like, okay, I'm back on off-season schedule. In fact, I'm like, the game can't get here fast enough for Saturday against Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Greek team. On Saturday, Canada will open Olympic play against them with our first game. So, yeah, we get a good test right away. Giannis. Yeah. I'm not totally sure if his brothers are playing. I've heard that Costas will not be playing, but maybe Thanos is. I have no idea. I don't care. In some ways, we're going to beat Greek's ass. That's right. We're going to beat their ass. Yeah. Tommy's saying, sorry, not sorry for my spamming. Oh, don't you worry, Tommy. Don't you worry. You get fill it up. Fill it up, Tom. You're here. You feel good. You feel like doing emoticon art. You go right ahead and fill the canvas. Spam away. Spam away. Tommy's Cowboys saying, you know it, Tom Dukes. Tom Dookie. Dap and dap dap. Yeah, amen to Trevor J. That's right. Seymour's here. The sheriff, Seymour Pape, holding it down in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, in the middle of this great country of Canada. Yes. How's it going, City Slicker? Hope all y'all have a great and productive day. There you go, Seymour. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, there's all kinds of weird stuff happening in the yard. The red squirrel has taken the territory of the yard and has been very territorial. The red squirrel is a smaller, rarer squirrel. In some ways, they're very feisty and they're very territorial. They've been beaten up and chasing all the gray and black squirrels out of the yard. It's been very intriguing and funny because I'll see this little tiny pipsqueak squirrel chasing these big ass squirrels like they're scared of it. And they are, because that thing will jump on its back and start biting in its back. Red squirrel, you're awesome. And if you're the new king of my yard, you chased it away, the gray and the black squirrel, from jumping on my bird feeder. You're the MVP, my guy. So the new champion of the yard, Red Squirrel. Red Squirrel is the new champion. He ain't messing with the chipmunks. Chipmunks can go about their business. But those big squirrels, they're getting chased out of the yard now at this point. Nins is here. Good morning, Raptor Freaks. Good morning to you, Nins. I'm going to give you a dunk for reappearing on the channel and saying hello to us. Yes, you got a dunk last week. So you're at the Scotty Barnes number 4. There you go, Nins. Good to see you back. Let's see, Quantum's back today too. He's saying we need a game in Africa. That's a great idea too. I mean, if they're going to go back to Serbia for Darko, they should have a Raptors game in Africa too at some point. In some ways where they can make it feasible and it makes sense. Maybe it's a certain point where the Basketball Africa League is just going crazy. Maybe it's because Aura Shamshe is the first guy who walks through that door, and all of a sudden that portal happens, and then all of a sudden there's we're doing stuff in Africa all of a sudden with the Raptors. That'd be fantastic. I love that idea. I think it would be amazing. Africa's done really well when players come back, like Serge Ibaka and different players, and they give back to the communities there. I think that having a game there would be insanely awesome. But of course, we know this is a big driver for any of that kind of stuff to happen. So we'll have to see. I would love to see things evolve and get to that point where the Raptors will play a game on that continent. It won't be a regular season game. It'll be a preseason game. But hey, everything's got to start somewhere. Everything's got to start somewhere. They used to do preseason games in Europe. Well, now they do regular season games in Europe during the middle of the season from time to time. So I'm with you on this, Quantum. I'm glad to see you back also. Returning people, you get dunks. That's right. So you're getting the Jonathan Mobo #2. You got that new Mobo too, Quantum. Seymour saying not only Gilbert Arenas, but Paul Pierce had to make a public apology to the South Sudan national team. Yeah, as they should. And they're not the only ones. There's been people all over the media showing their xenophobic American dumbasses. Yeah. Get educated. Seriously. What the fuck is wrong with you Americans that think you're exceptional in certain ways where you can just put down people in racist ways like the South Sudan team? You get what you get, Gilbert Arenas. Yeah, you get a suspension for bringing the gun to the locker room. That's what you get. Yeah. I can't believe this. It's too, you know what? This is the kind of stuff where you find out who's like this. Seriously, there's no reason to put down South Sudan. As people start talking about Cool Runnings and the air up there and that bullshit. First of all, Cool Runnings is Jamaica, you dumbasses. Who the fuck are you saying Cool Runnings? Cool Runnings. What the fuck does that have to do with this? And in fact, why do you put down people that went beyond, above and beyond, and went through barriers and did great things like the Jamaican bobsled team? They're not somebody to make fun of. I've seen that movie. That guy was amazing that Leon played. He did amazing things to make that thing happen. And in some ways, why would you want to make fun of that? They did something daring and brave to go into that white-ass world of the Winter Olympics and run that bobsled down that hill. And they found a lot of racism when they did that. So why are you doing this to them, Gilbert? And what the fuck does Cool Runnings have to do with the South Sudan team? Seriously, it just shows how ignorant and dumbass you are. Oh, all right, enough of that. That's my rant on that one real quick. Infamous is saying, salute, freaks. Good morning, Lex. I was looking for the response Christian Coloco had towards Gilbert Arenas' comments. Do you know where I can find them? Well, it wasn't a really response to them. He posted a clip of Skip Bayless and Keyshawn Johnson, former Dallas Cowboy wide receiver, who was talking basketball for some reason. I don't fucking know why. And they were talking about the South Sudan team and making very same kind of comments as Gilbert. And he put basically on his Instagram stories, the media is ignorant. And yeah, he's exactly right. So there wasn't any official direct reply to Gilbert. It was him calling out Skip Bayless and Keyshawn Johnson is what it was right there. Yeah. Let's see. G saying, just watched IQ's clip. He was hyped, liking the energy. We have 3 players in Barnes, Barrett, and IQ that will average over 20 points per game, plus Grady and Yak. Bench is starting to come together. Yeah, and with the amazing magic of Masai and Sasha Venchenkoff leaving, yeah, there's some more magic that Masai can pull still before the season starts. Yeah, IQ hyped, and we want that kind of energy in our point guard. That way he is, yeah. And then listen, you some people are saying this right now, and a part of it is because they don't understand. All right, listen, some people are saying that RJ Barrett is not getting the correct kind of spotlight or attention in the shadows of Scotty Barnes and Emmanuel Quickley. Now, some of this is because they just did extensions. They just did new contracts. And some people are confused. They're like, why is everybody celebrating Emmanuel and Scotty so much? But they forget about RJ. No, that's not what it is, casuals. You got to understand schedules for contracts. RJ's under contract for a couple years. So when we do the re-up for Scotty and we restricted free agent Emmanuel. That's a big deal. We're investing big amounts of money into those guys for a long time. In fact, Scotty's going to be on our team till 2029 now, guys. I don't know if people realize that we locked him in like that. And Emmanuel's locked in pretty long time too. This isn't dissing RJ. Don't get upset because RJ's not getting the attention because of the contract signing, because he didn't have a contract signing. Now, listen, it is true. We don't want to let RJ kind of fade into the background and not get his share of the love as far as being a prominent Raptor. Don't worry about this. We can give these three guys. Barbecue is a three-man thing, and all three of them are very vital and important to it. So don't worry, people. RJ's not getting slighted like this. Scotty is the face of the franchise. Scotty is number one. Emmanuel is our starting point guard, but RJ Barrett is the hometown hero. And he's also going to be the driving scorer for us. Once again, if I look at this, like in this situations like Showtime Lakers, Scotty's Magic Johnson, Emmanuel's Byron Scott, and RJ's James Worthy. So it's that kind of situation. So Scott's going to be the star no matter what. It's just the way it is. He was an all-star last year, but Emmanuel and RJ will get their accolades too. And in some ways, I see Emmanuel and RJ very equal as the two underneath Scotty on top, and then those two guys right next to him on each side of him. So yeah, people are freaking out about RJ not getting his due. Don't worry about RJ. In some ways, RJ don't need it. Seriously, he in some ways like to just silently work and kick some ass. In some ways, if we're not paying attention to RJ as much as we're paying attention to Scotty and Emmanuel right now, that might be good, because he just came from the crazy magnifying glass that's called the New York press. In some ways, let RJ just have a chill time to work on his game and not get overanalyzed like the New York Daily Mirror and the Post used to do every fucking day for him. So listen, it all good. RJ in some ways is going to shine. He's going to look good. And anybody who's really that sensitive or worried about RJ in the shadows of Scotty and Emmanuel, just get over yourself. It's not how it's happening. You may perceive it that way, but it may be only because of the big contract signings this summer that's making you think that. So just a little warning for Raptors fans out there on this particular subject right here. That's right. Cowboys saying, you know it, G, 100% facts. That's right. Trevor saying, we are going to see more FIBA-style basketball for Raptors this year. I hope so, Trevor. I like this trend. I feel like in some ways, FIBA is just more purely right basketball. And in some ways, the team in the NBA that's able to infuse FIBA principles, FIBA play schemes, and FIBA philosophies will be set to achieve better. If we look at the last couple of champions in the NBA, the team game is so vital. The best team wins. And the Celtics had their shit together this year and were very much the best team. The Nuggets the year before were the best team. And that's what I'm saying. It's not like this league where the superstar, get three superstars and try and force your way to a championship of the league about 15 years ago. No, that's over. You got to have a team that's made up and it has to fit. And because the salary cap's so tight with how you can make that team, you have to make sure you hit on most of the decisions that you make with your personnel for your roster. So yeah, it's going to be so interesting because it really is a way more level playing field for the NBA in some ways than it ever has been in the history of it. There's never, ever been a NBA league where it really is where, you know, if you do things right, you can win the championship, even if you're a team that is not necessarily one of the prominent teams in the league. I'm telling you, it's coming. It's going to be very interesting and fun. Cowboys saying we're winning 45 plus games this year. I hope you're right, but I don't see it, Cowboy. I don't mean to be a pessimist. You know how I am on this channel, but I try to be realistic. I don't know, Cowboy. If we can win 42 games, I'll be ecstatic. 45 plus, wow. Now, if we get 35, I'll be happy too. I'll be happy right there too. Yeah, Seymour saying, good question. Good question. Good question. Yeah, I don't know what Full Ass asked, but because he retracted it. But it's a good question. Yeah, I wish I knew. Let's see what else is going on here. Kareem saying, Neon Moon, I'm going to one-up you and say Raptors get 45 wins plus one. Well, he did say plus. So it's kind of the same thing. Brian's here. Good to see Brian from To The Point. What's up, Freak Nation? Let's go, Canada. That's right. Good to see Brian. Y'all check out his YouTube channel, To The Point, 2.0.the Point covering Toronto Raptors and Team Canada stuff. Cowboys alley-oop to Kareem. All right, we can give Kareem an alley-oop. I don't even know what the joke was, but I'll give him one today. Yeah, I'll give him one today. Today's a little slow. It's not as hectic. Yesterday was so crazy. I guess I've been really depending on David to help me with the trivia because yesterday I was overwhelmed. It was way too much. Trying to score, trying to read, trying to do it all. I'm like, I guess I got lazy since David's been helping me with trivia, and doing it all by myself yesterday was hectic, and I didn't enjoy it, to be honest. In some ways, I'm annoyed because I want those trivia standings, but David's often doing his other things. I need him to add them up and put the totals in the comments so y'all can see where we are with the trivia. Because I'm not adding up the scores anymore. I'm not involved in any of that. He's doing all the accounting for the channel, and I just do the stuff on the air. That's all at this point. So hopefully he can get that put up sometime either today or in the next couple days, depending on how he's doing in his tournament, stuff like that. G saying Nebhart signed a deal for 3 years at $59 million. SGA and Brooks were helping with negotiations. That's part of it. So that's part of why they said the things that they said, because they knew Andrew was in the middle of his negotiations with Indiana, and his agent, the same agent as Pascal Siakam, Todd Rampere, getting Andrew Nebhart 3 years for $59 million. That's fantastic. That young man's going to make just under $20 million a year in the next 3 years. He's worth it, and good stuff. And maybe Dylan and SGA both did help him with his money. Making those interviews happen like that. Yeah, that's funny. That's good stuff, G. I'm going to give you a dunk just for being a long-time guy on this channel and just always fun. I'm going to give you a three-pointer, actually. So you're at 48. Yeah, because I don't want to give you that number it would have been. Nobody's getting that number. That number is getting skipped over every single time. So if you're at 45, you're not going to get just a dunk. You will get a three-pointer and goes directly to 48. And that's just how it is. That's just how it is. Seymour saying, I say we are 500. Ball this year, 41 and 41. But if we can stay healthy, keyword healthy, then I say we're a play-in squad and a real threat to upset the playoffs. Well, I'm going to say this right now. The way it's been going, Seymour, is that if you are right around 500 or just a little bit over, you're a playoff team. It's the teams that get into the play-in are usually sub 500 teams at this point. So I'd say this. If you really want to make the playoffs, well, be a winning team. Because if you're a winning team, you're more likely to be in the playoffs at this point in the NBA. So Cowboys saying, what is your channel again, Brian? It's To The Point. T.O. The Point. And he had some more clips come out. He had another one come out yesterday, I believe. Yeah, let's see. Randolph saying, morning blessings, beloved Raptor freaks. Most informative gang. Always give 100%. And should you fall short, it will be enough to keep you going. All right, Randolph, I appreciate that. Like I said, I really struggled with what I was going to do today for my topic, but I figured I'd keep the whole Team Canada and Raptors Summer League kind of vibe going with just a general stream about basketball in Europe and both our favorite teams being over there right now. So, yeah, it's basically France and Spain. We got Team Canada in France, and the Raptors are in Spain, apparently. So let's do Leo's words of wisdom since Randolph has checked in. Leo's saying this morning, be a rainbow in someone else's cloud. Yeah, so in some ways, yeah, be a sunshine on a dreary day. Somebody's not having a great time, or somebody's having a hard time, somebody's going through something. Well, you could be somebody who picks them up if you can come at them with the right energy and bring their spirits up. That's the best thing to do. Thank you, Leo, for your words of wisdom, and Randolph and Trevor J. For sure. Yes, Sheriff. Yes, Sheriff. Yes, Sheriff. Yes, ta-da. Ta-da? Okay, ta-da. You said it. You get it. Cleaning services, carpet and upholstery, area rugs, tile and grout, ducts and furnaces, eavesdrops. Cowboy, you clean furnaces? That's a dirty job. Wow, that's a really dirty job. And listen, if you want to get your furnace clean in the off season before the furnace has to be used this winter, you can call him and get it starting as low as $89. I don't know what a furnace cleaning costs from Cowboy. It may be a little bit more than $89, but you can find out at 647-833-6844. Yeah, you need your furnace cleaned? Yeah, he'll come and help you with that. Seriously, he will. Good morning to Cowboy from Trevor. And Randolph saying, Lex, I'm disappointed with the coach and others for Team Canada's women's basketball team drone incident spying on teams. Sad. I haven't heard about this. What is this? They use drones to spy on the other team. I have not heard anything about this at all. Should I go look this up real quick and do a live reaction to this? All right, I'm going to put Canada. Hang on. Canada drone basketball incident. Because I have no idea what this is. Okay, 2 hours ago, Canada Olympic spy incident. This is on the National Post. Oh, this is for soccer. This isn't even basketball. Okay, I don't care about this. I really don't care about this. If this is not basketball, I don't give a shit. I really don't. All apologies, Randolph Phillips. But if Team Canada soccer, women's soccer, was using a drone to watch some other practice, that's crazy. So apparently the coach is in trouble, and she won't be able to coach them. Well, that's not basketball. That's soccer. And in some ways, I was wondering, how do they do that if it was basketball? Did they fly the drone through the window in the gym or something? No, it's soccer. I don't care. I do not care about soccer. I have not cared about soccer for a long, not since I was a 6-year-old and I played it myself. That's right. Blackhawk saying, big up to all the Raptor freaks. Good, big up to you, Neil. Big up to you, my guy. Cowboys saying, good morning, freaks. Let's go. Watching other teams in the summer league when coaches are being interviewed, I swear I hear them saying we are trying to build culture. Messiah is a trend starter. Yeah, there were 2 games during the summer league where people talked a lot about culture. The Miami game, we heard a lot about Heat culture and Spurs culture in that game. They were really big on the Heat and this. They were saying the 2 teams that have the best culture in the league are the San Antonio Spurs and the Miami Heat. And it's really because of their long-standing people, Greg Popovich and Eric Spoelstra. And I believe that's true. That their personalities, their identities, the way they carry themselves, the way they're in charge of those 2 franchises have kept a really good characteristic for those places that whole time. Now, we have a person like that at our franchise also named Masai Ujiri. I was hoping that Nick Nurse would be the coach version of this for us, but he fucked that all up with his fucking bullshit and his trying to sabotage our team from the inside out. So, yeah, and fuck you, Nick Nurse. It's his birthday today, y'all, by the way. It's Butthole Face's birthday today. Yeah, I had to mention it. But anyway, I would say this. As long as Masai Ujiri is around our team, we have a certain culture to our team, and people recognize that. Now, they didn't recognize it in the game against Miami on Friday, but Steve Smith and the guy who were calling the game on Sunday against the Spurs did talk about this on our broadcast. In fact, they said, Miami and San Antonio have great cultures, but you know what? On the down low, Raptors have a great culture up there too. Masai Ujiri is one of the best in the business at what he does. That's what Steve Smith said. So in some ways, this is true. The Raptors do have a culture to them that may not be as shined upon in the NBA media down south as the Heat culture or the Spurs culture. But on the down low, the Raptors do have a culture, even with the tumultuousness of the last 5 years since the championship. So there is still a Raptors culture, even in the adversity of everything. So I agree with this, Trevor. And Masai is the centerpiece, the place where it all emanates from, right there. That's right, Masai. That's right. That is right. That is right. That is right. Let's see. Seymour saying, rely on Masai. Cowboys saying, I heard Skip is leaving or being fired, whatever one it is. I'm so glad. F Skip. He's a chump. Did he get in trouble for that? He's actually going to be gone for this? Well, some that point you do write too many bad checks. You do go to jail. Well, then. I'm not upset about this. I feel like a lot of those talking heads that have been on ESPN media down south really shouldn't have been on TV for as long as they've been. Trust me. Trevor's saying, Lex, I came across a clip last night from Penn State basketball. Pickup for Masai was giving somebody 2-finger salute to stop talking shit about him. Okay, so I don't totally understand what you're saying, Trevor. You're saying pickup for Masai was giving somebody 2-finger salute to stop talk shit about him. So, okay, did somebody from our nation, Raptor Freak Nation, go in and see He Who Shall Not Be Named and gave him a 2-finger salute? That's awesome. I'm all about that. I don't even know what Robert was saying. I don't care. I don't care what he's saying. He's irrelevant. A lot of the shit he says is just stupid and negative. So nobody needs to listen to Penn State basketball when he talks about the Raptors. Just trust me on this. He's been wrong consistently for the last 2 years. And this guy right here has been right. So he can go ahead and fuck right off. And in some ways, Trevor, if you're gonna bring him up, bring me the truth and tell me what's going on. In some ways, I don't totally understand what you're saying. If you got a 2-finger salute from Canadian Dana, I'm all about it. I'm all about it. That's right. That's right. Cowboys laughing at he who shall not be named, and he's put his little emoticon out there. Can we get some butthole face in the chat, guys? Just to celebrate old butthole face? Spam some butthole face in there, please. It's his birthday. Let's put butthole face on blast instead of he who shall not be named. Seymour saying, I haven't seen a squirrel in years. It's like Alberta ain't got them, but they got tons of gophers. You know, squirrels need trees. Do you guys have trees? That may be why. You need trees to have squirrels. You know, I basically live on the edge of a mature, crazy-ass forest. Acreages of forest. It comes to the edge of my yard, and basically whatever wants to come in from the forest can come right into my yard. Yeah, it's kind of daunting, but it's also kind of cool to be on the edge of a forest. Yeah, so I mean, I've got every kind of those animals, Seymour. I've got red squirrels, gray squirrels, black squirrels, little chipmunks. I got rabbits. I got all kinds of crazy animals like that. Yeah, they're fun. They're fun. And like I said, the red squirrel's king right now. Red squirrel is king. That's right. Yeah, it's crazy. Y'all don't got no squirrels out there? It's because y'all cut down all y'all's trees. That's why. Yeah, yeah. Smooth saying, realistically, I think we'll be 36 and 46. That's what he thinks our record will be. That's not bad. I'll take that. I'll take that. Like I said, you know, we got 25 wins this past season. I just want to improve. They could be 26, and I'll be like, yeah, it improved, but it's not as much as I want. 30, okay, we're talking. 30 will be okay. 35, even better. As close as we can get to what y'all are saying, I'm all about it. And I don't think that I'm not. It's not that I'm not thinking that they can do it. I think they could if we get a good streak of luck with health, and they get in a groove, and they find the real chemistry and playing off each other. Yeah, we could do way better this year than most people and experts are saying. Yeah, yeah. Seymour's saying full ass butt texting again. What is going on with you, Kareem? What is going on with him? All right, see. Sorry, guys. My pocket's got fingers and retracting shit. All right, it's all good. In some ways, leave it in. I want to try and read it. Seymour saying, Kareem said if we bring in Koloko, is he the third string on the main club or G League? Well, we have to see where he's at. You know, it's weird because when a player cannot do anything physically for a long period of time, it could like hurt their skills and development that they had already built up. We have to see how his body is. We have to see how strong he is. We have to see if he's in good shape. We have to see if he's gotten any more development. It could very well be he was working on stuff that he could work on, even though he couldn't actually play. Maybe he got a lot of mental work in. Maybe he did a lot of studying about like how to play. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. We have to assess him and see where he's at. And in some ways, it's just like anything. He comes to training camp, hopefully on the Raptors, and we see how he competes against the other guys on the team, and they fall in line in the hierarchy from that way. Now, I could tell you right now, if I'm predicting where Koloko would be on the depth chart with the Raptors, I would say he's a solid backup center for Jakob. It may be that he is just like Kelly. Now, Kelly may get more minutes, but they're totally different looks as far as backup center. And it could very well be that Christian's a full-fledged Raptor, not on G League in any kind of way, and he is a different look for us as a backup center. In some ways, we don't want Kelly for certain things, or maybe we play him and Kelly, and they're able to kind of fit with each other in certain ways because Kelly can play outside with his three. And in some ways, Koloko can take care of some of the defensive stuff that we lose when Jakob comes out and Kelly comes in. So I would say this. To me, he's probably the backup center next to Kelly, and it's just a different flavor of backup center. I don't think he'll be the third center. He could be the third center, though. And then you got to start talking about Carlson and Shamshay being on that depth chart. Yeah, it's looking real deep at this point. It's looking real deep. Yeah. So he's saying, remember, Scotty's adjusting to being the focal point. IQ's first time starting point guard, Grady starting as well, and rookies in the rotation. 36 wins on the high end, 30 wins on the low end, in my opinion. Yeah, okay. I mean, I don't disagree with you on that. Now, I do disagree with you on just assuming that Grady's starting. We don't know that for sure. We do not have any indication that that is absolutely for sure, other than speculation by media outlets putting depth charts together and putting Grady at the 2 right now. I wouldn't assume that. Seriously, guys. I would not assume that Grady is just going to be starting for the Raptors next year. Yeah. But this is true. The stuff about Scotty being the focal point and being the most important guy, well, he's going to relish it. He's going to really enjoy it, but he also has to take that responsibility very, very seriously and make sure, as the leader of the team, that he's carrying the team at a certain standard of getting better because he's getting better himself. And then Emmanuel, well, I'm not worried about him. He is a starting point guard in this league. He's going to be fine. He's going to be really good, actually. It's going to be really fun with Quickly this year. Really, really fun. Kareem saying, assuming Raptors retain Koloko, what are our plans? Do we have him on the main squad as the third center, or do we send him to the G League to dominate and get his legs back? Well, considering that we didn't really send him to the G League that much when he should have went to the G League a lot in his rookie year, I don't think we will send him to the G League that much. I didn't think that Koloko liked going to the 905. That year when he went to the 905, it was awkward for him. At times, some people were questioning whether it was good for him to go to 905 because of his confidence. So I don't think that that's where he would go. I think that we would very much protect him and he would just be on a main roster. I don't think he would actually play down there. Now, in some ways, maybe I'll be wrong partially because he's had a year off. He's only had 1 year. He's technically really a second-year player. Instead of thinking him like a third-year player, which he should have been if he wasn't out last year. In some ways, maybe. I don't know. But if you go by the first year, and some of that was Nick's decision, butthole face, happy birthday, for not sending Koloko to 905 more in his rookie year. But I also really got the energy from him that he did not want to be around 905 very much. So I think that if we're talking to Koloko and Rich Paul about coming back, we're going to tell him, yeah, you're not going to have to go to 905. Is basically going to maybe be part of the bargaining that's going to be going on with that. Now, if he's not doing well enough and they say, yeah, you know what, Koloko, you've backtracked since we had you before you got out. We need you to go back down there and work on some stuff and build yourself back up. Hopefully he would say yes, especially if he's get to be down there with his friend Ulrich. Yeah, that'd be really fun. I'm really dreaming of this pairing of Ulrich and Koloko on the court at the same time. And the Twin Towers from Cameroon is nasty. The things that I think about, what is possible if both of those guys are actually able to be on the court at the same time, it's nasty. Very, very nasty. Crazy nasty. Yeah. Cowboys saying, all good, Kareem. And he's saying, I hope Uncle St. David comes back as a bridge champion. What is bridge? I got to look it up. Well, see, it's like Jenga, except it's horizontal. And they got like 2 points. And you start building from one side of the table to the other side of the table, and you can't let it fall over. So David's really meticulously putting these little bridge pieces into the bridge. And that's what it takes to be a national North American bridge champion. I'm lying. I'm sorry, Cowboy. It's a card game. It's a card game, and my mother loves playing it. She really does. She really does. Yeah. I thought that was pretty funny. I was going to try and put one over you on you there. Brian saying the Raps are going to have a winning record if consistency is kept with RJ putting up 20, IQ with 20, and Scotty with 20. Grady with 15. That's 75 points. I don't know if that's the way it's going to break down. I hope that it does. I hope that all three of those guys are right around 20 per game. I could see Scotty not being over 20 per game again, though. In some ways, people were so upset that Scotty didn't get 20 per game last season because he didn't come back from his injury. They're like, he just needed a couple more points, and he could have been averaging 20 per game. Oh, my gosh. In some ways, that doesn't matter to me with Scotty. Scotty doesn't have to average a lot of points. Scotty just needs to be the absolute best all-around player on the court. RJ, now, if he can get up to almost 30 points per game, yeah, that'd be awesome. Same thing for Emmanuel, although we don't want Emmanuel's scoring to be too high either. In some ways, Scotty and Emmanuel have to balance being passers and distributors with their own points. But RJ, in some ways, he doesn't. So I could see RJ averaging like 27 points per game, and maybe Emmanuel's like 22 and Scotty's like 18, something like that. Now, Grady with 15, maybe. That's very doable. That's very doable right there. I like that, Brian. Let's see. Seymour saying 647 is East Side. Big up, ta-da. There you go. 647 is East Side. And 647-833-6844 is how you can get Cowboy. Yeah, you can get him on the phone. There you go. Quantum saying, yes, they used drones and sent back coaches. That's crazy. That's crazy. Well, once again, I cover so in depth with the Raptors and Team Canada, and I will be covering very in depth on the WNBA when it comes to Toronto, that I just can't cover other sports. In some ways, I don't care. I love the Blue Jays. I love the Blue Jays. I am a huge Blue Jays fan. I want the Blue Jays to win all the World Series, but I don't know jack shit about them right now. I can't because I don't have enough memory in my brain computer to take in all the information about the Blue Jays, the Leafs. There's a lot. I wish I could cover women's basketball better. I wish I could cover the CBL better, but I'm one man, and what can I do? So I really put that main focus on the Raptors and Team Canada senior men's team, and the WNBA team when it comes, and the 905. Those are like my main bread and butter. But I can't keep up with Canada sports right across the board. And in some ways, sure, this is disappointing. This isn't very Canadian, but also the same point. You got to say this. Was this ever happened before? Probably not. So maybe they were just daring and innovative and ingenious. In some ways, well, in a new world where things haven't really figured out what's right and wrong, well, they wanted to try something, and they found out it was very wrong. But in some ways, you can't hate on them for being competitive to wanting to win. I guess that's cheating, and it doesn't look good, and you get the slap on the wrist and the trouble you get for it. There you go. There you go. In some ways, I don't care. I really don't. I think it's interesting, though. And this kind of stuff is important because we got to figure out the rules for drones. Drones can be an invasion of privacy. Drones can be used to fly over private land and film stuff that some people may not want you to film. And, there's all kinds of gray areas with the world of drones, much like a lot of things that are in life that we have not figured out exactly the rules on. In some ways, we really do live in a Wild West world right now. It might as well be like saloons and cowboys and moonshine and gunslingers at high noon kind of shit, because there's a lot of rules and a lot of things that have not been figured out in our ever-changing technology world. And drones have to be figured out to a degree. There's some rules for them. The FAA, all that kind of stuff, they're trying to figure stuff out. But still, there's a lot to figure out with what's right to do with them and what's not. Fiercely saying, good morning, fam, and happy Wednesday. We'll watch the stream later, swamped at work, but just wanted to drop by and wish you a fantastic day. Thanks, MJ. Hope you have a fantastic Wednesday also. Yeah, and I hope you enjoy watching the stream back later. And Cowboys saying Scarborough all day, baby. All right, Scarborough all day. And talking about Scarborough Shooting Stars, let's talk about the CBL for once, since I never talk about it. Apparently, there was a game in Winnipeg yesterday that was absolutely off the chain, y'all. Off the chain. The Winnipeg Sea Bears were playing to Calgary Surge to get into the playoffs, and it went down the wire. And the fans showed up and like crazy. They broke an attendance record for CBL. It was like almost 12,000 people. It was a big time thing. Chuck Swirsky was on the call, former Raptors announcer, of course, in the summer works for the CBL. And I love this. I love seeing, I love Winnipeg, first of all. That's a place where my family comes from. And I have a lot of very people that I love that live in Winnipeg. And it's cool to see basketball blowing up in downtown Winnipeg in Manitoba with almost 12,000 people going to that game, and they made the playoffs. And what drama, what excitement. So big time CBL doing things right in Winnipeg yesterday. I love it. I love it so much. Yeah, Tommy's saying soccer, haha, and the men's team got busted in 2021 doing the same thing in Honduras. Haha, Lex, I thought the same thing, wondering how we had a drone incident with basketball. Was that what happened with basketball? I don't even know what happened in basketball. Tom, I'm not picking up what you're laying down. Yeah, I don't know about any Canada scandals with anything. Would be like the closest Olympic Canada scandal that I ever had was when I hung out with Steve Nash around 2000 for the Olympics, when Canada was in the Olympics the last time. He was dating one of my coworkers at the Velvet Underground, and he would come in after work. And I was working as the bar back / manager, and I would put the all the beer and the freezer and the fridge and do all the stuff I have to do to close. And Steve would be in the bar sitting on a couch waiting for Natasha to get off work, who was my friend that he was dating. And I talked to him. I asked him all kinds of questions. There was a period of time where Steve Nash was actively in my life, and I got to pick his brain a lot. He knew my name. It wasn't like I was just a fan and saw him once. No, he saw me a couple times, and he actually knew. He may even still remember me if he saw my channel. He might be like, "Oh yeah, I remember Alexi." Yeah, but Steve was all pissed off at me because when I get off work, I like to light up 420. And I do it right in the bar after everybody's out. It's no big deal. And he was worried because he was on the Olympic team and he was about to go play for Canada for basketball the last time we made it 24 years ago. And he's like, Lexi, can you go over to the other side of the bar? I am in the Olympics. That's what Steve Nash said to me personally. So I don't want to be causing no Olympic scandals myself 24 years ago when I was around Steve Nash and he was in the Olympics. But yeah, that's the closest I come to a scandal in Canadian Olympic history. I almost caused it myself. Of course, he could have been like the Michael Phelps defense, right? I was like, Steve, you can use the Michael Phelps defense, can't you? He's like, I don't want to take any chances, Lex. Just stay away from me. Basically, is what he was saying. Yeah, it was pretty funny. Let's see. Fiercey's got the team on blast. I love it. So awesome to see that. Whoa, it looks like we've been gifting a bunch of subscriptions. I love it. That's so awesome. Really, really cool. I'm really, really digging this. Let's see where we're at. Seymour saying F butthole face, and there's the emoticon. That's right. Brian saying at Trevor, that could also be about me too. I'm not even sure what he's saying. Smooth saying, to this day, I'm still upset at the way Nick Nurse engineered his way out of Toronto, checking out on the team and further doing the FU to the front office by taking the Sixers job. It was all by design. It was crazy. Like Nick probably decided he wanted to leave the Raptors before Christmas in that last season. And he was doing really, like, if you really paid a close attention to the Raptors that year, he was pulling punches as a coach. There were games where we were close and he didn't try to coach us to the win. There was a game in particular that we went to with Tom Duke when he came to Toronto for the first time and went to a Raptors game with us, the Indiana Pacers. And every other kind of way, that game would have been a win for the Raptors because it went exactly how it was supposed to. But somehow we lost by the end of the game. And we're all walking out, Tom Duke and I, and we're like, I don't understand how we lost just now. Something's not right. I truly believe that that was one of the games where Nick Nurse submarined our team on purpose. You can tell he did it right at the end against the Bulls in the play-in game. That was a submarine job. He was not trying to help us get any further. And in some ways, he knew if he beat the Bulls that day, he'd keep his job. And that's not what he wanted. It's not what he wanted. He had to fail that last season with the Raptors so he could get the fuck out of here and go coach the Sixers, which was the plan all along. They had figured that all out ahead of time. There should be a tampering investigation about how Nick Nurse became the Sixers coach, because in some ways, Daryl Morey got to him while he was still under contract with the Raptors. That's just the damn truth. But because we're Toronto's team and Canada, the NBA is not going to investigate this. We've already had tampering issues because of Kawhi. And now they had tampering issues with our own damn coach. It's crazy. It is crazy how that all went down, Smooth. And I'm still upset about it too. On Butthole Face's birthday, I say, fuck you, Nick Nurse. Here's my 2-finger salute for you. When you retire, when you're done, when you walk away from the NBA, I will celebrate you as the Raptors' first ever head coach that won a championship. But not until then. Not while you're strolling the sidelines of the red, white, and blue of the Sixers. Fuck that shit. You fucking enemy snake-ass coach. You're just like Vince Carter. You went to the enemy. You went to the motherfucking enemy, Nick Nurse. You're the snake coach. Just like Kevin Durant's the snake player. That's exactly it right there. That's right. That's right. That's right. Cowboys saying, Brian, can you spell it out to me, your channel? See, people are having a hard time finding your channel, Brian. In some ways, I know the T.O. to the point. You've got to make it easier for them to find you. I think that may be part of the problem with getting more subs is maybe just how you spell it, or maybe how you do the keywords, or figure out the keyword search. Because when people put it into the search on YouTube, they're not finding you easily. And that's no good. People put Raptors Freak in, they're finding me. They're finding me. Oh yeah. Tommy's got that butthole face on blast, and Cowboys kind of putting a little mix of butthole face and he who shall not be named. You guys are funny. Trevor's saying he was going off on somebody. They were talking shit about Masai, and he was giving them the 2-finger salute. He was giving them the 2-finger salute. He was going off on somebody. They were talking shit about. Okay, so he was defending Masai Ujiri. So Butthole Pensair was actually defending Masai. Well, if he's defending Masai, I'm with him. That's the whole thing right there. If he's with the Raptors and he's defending the Raptors against some other fans, well, then I'm on Robert's side on that side. It's very easy to figure out which side I'm on. I'm on the Raptors side. I'm on the franchise's side first, and then I'm on Masai Ujiri's side the second. Yeah, so I don't know. You're confusing me, Trevor. I don't know what Pensair did. Was he being good? Because it sounds like you're saying he was good in this situation. Cowboys saying, Sheriff, it's because Alberta has jackrabbits and magpies. And yes, Alberta's got lots of trees, Lex. They do have a lot of trees. Well, where the fuck are the squirrels? You know, I learned something about squirrels. You know why there's a difference between black and gray squirrels? It's because of the trees. Yeah, once again, it's all about the trees. Now, down south, when I grew up in Florida, there weren't no black squirrels down there. Well, it's like, what is it? Is like no black squirrels in the south? Well, yeah, because they get ate down there real easy. Because in the south, the gray squirrels have the best camouflage. That's why they're prevalent down there, because the gray squirrels can blend in with the camouflage of better down there with gray. Now, up here, because there's a lot of trees in Canada that don't lose their leaves, the fir trees. They're not deciduous. They're all evergreens. They have more shadows in the woods here. So in some ways, the black squirrels do better up here because they, in the wintertime, have better times hiding with their black. Now, in some ways, it's hard because of the snow, and they do hibernate. But yeah, I've been learning all about the squirrels because I want to understand their psychology. And yeah, that's why there's way more black squirrels in Canada than there are in other places, because the trees don't lose their leaves, and the black is very good for hiding. So there you go. A little lesson there, little nature lesson there. Yeah. Jackrabbits, they eat squirrels. Do magpies eat squirrels? Yikes. Tom has put a link to Brian's channel in the chat, guys. So if you want to find Brian's channel to follow, there's the link, Cowboy. You can go in there. Respect to Tom Duke, alley-oop. Just subscribe, Brian. Let's grow. There you go. You got another real one on your channel now, Brian. Cowboy is die hard. So, yeah, we'll give Tommy Dookie another dunk. Tommy is cleaning up today. We're going to give him another one. He's at 102. What was the old channel here in Toronto? Edge 102.5. Edge 102.5. Martin Streak live to air Sunday nights. Phoenix. Martin Streak live to air. Yeah, I love Martin Streak. Rest in peace. Rest in peace to one of the greatest DJs in downtown Toronto history, Martin Streak of Edge 102.5 from the live to air Phoenix days of 25 years ago. Once again, talking about Steve Nash hanging out with me. Martin Streak was hanging out with me too around that time. That's right. You guys know who Martin Streak is? You're an old Toronto person if you know who that is. Seriously, right there. Yeah. Cowboys saying, so does this mean we're playing Sasha when we play Greece? Let's go. No. He's Bulgarian. No, Cowboy. Sasha's going to play in the Greece League. He's not on the Greece national team. The Greece national team has Greek players on it. And Sasha is not Greek. He's Bulgarian. And he just plays in the league as the best player from Bulgaria in the Greek league. He's not on the team with Giannis. So you won't see Sasha on a Greek team against Canada on Saturday. No, you won't. All right. Full Ass has gifted 20 memberships. Holy crap. Now, was this a pocket dial? I'm wondering about this. Now, if this was a pocket dial, hey, thanks for the support. Let's see who's on the list. We got Cowboy first, Carlo JS. We got Logical Raptors Fanatic. We got Randolph. We got Bryce. We got James. We got Cool Cat. We got himself. G, Wayne Strainer, Infamous, Mischief, Seymour, Amit Gaming, Smart Towel. Good to see you again, Smart Towel. It's been a little bit. Marco Borland, Uncle Dill, welcome. Swear Devil, Evelyn, and Fireball. That is the most amazing list of subscribers ever. Holy crap. Most amazing membership list ever, Kareem. That is amazing. Like, you got so many good Raptor freaks on that. I'm going to give Kareem big time for this one. This is big time support for the channel and giving you guys free memberships. Wow. All right. You're at 199. I'm giving you a 5-pointer for that, Kareem. That was above and beyond, man. That is above and beyond. That is like a who's list of Raptor freaks right there. That's like just everybody. We got Amit Gaming, the current Raptor Freak champion of trivia. We got the sheriff. We got the baseman. We got Sergeant Wayne Strainer. We got the first trivia champion G in there. Cool cat. What is this, Evelyn? What is this? This is amazing. How did you do that? Carla on the East Coast in the Maritimes. Our East Coast Raptor Freak, Carla Thunder Firebolt. Oh my gosh, full assing to the max. That's right. That's in some ways. Tommy, see how many emoticons just opened up for the channel just from him doing that. Wow. Thank you so much from Bryce Lawson. Yeah, big time. Goat. Did he just butt gift those memberships? I'm wondering about this too. He did not half-ass the memberships. No, that's for sure. This is crazy. We're going to have to say what happens. I think he did say, oh my God, he didn't mean to do that. How are you so poor with your phone this morning, Kareem? What are you doing? Are you driving and your phone's in your back pocket, or what is happening here? What is happening here? This is wild. This is wild. Yeah. It's really awesome. He did not half-ass the memberships. And Kareem's saying, what is he saying about this? He's saying, oh my God. Cowboy's saying, I'm doing the Ric Flair woo 3-pointer for the dunk champion. I'm back. There you go. He's got all the emoticons in. Yeah, you did something good. Look at that. Full ass is like, oh my gosh, what did you do? Cowboy's saying, you're the fucking man, full ass. Thank you. Miss you, bro. Hope you and you're good. You and yours are good. Let's grow. There you go. Smooth saying, the only Canada sports scandal I remember is Ben Johnson in 1989. That's a big one. Yeah, the steroid scandal. Ben Johnson, the sprinter, with Carl Lewis. And that was amazing time. He really did bring some disgrace to our country, Ben Johnson. In some ways, the news was different back then. It wasn't like the internet was around. And in some ways, that was such a big deal, what Ben Johnson did. And man, it's tough because he was the fastest guy. He beat Carl Lewis. But then when that happened, I was like, he got tarnished. Yeah, that's a crazy one. I remember that one too, Smooth. Wayne's saying, that story concerning you and Steve is funny, Lex. This is a morning for more of those stories. Please share. I mean, I've got a couple Steve Nash stories because in some ways, like I said, he was in my world of like my social world for a little while. It was really around 2000, 99, 2000, before he won his MVPs for the Phoenix Suns. He was still playing for he was playing for the Mavericks at this time, and he had not gone back to the Suns. He started as a rookie on the Phoenix Suns, went to the Mavericks and played with Dirk for a while, and then went back to the Suns and played there. And that's when he won the MVPs, was when he was back on Phoenix the second time. But yeah, he was on Dallas at this time. And I would ask him all kinds of questions. I asked him about playing with Rodman because Rodman was my favorite player. And Dennis was on the Mavericks with him for a brief period of time. He hated playing with Dennis. He thought that Dennis was an asshole, in his own words, and that it was really tough to be around Dennis at that point in his career because he honestly wasn't giving enough good stuff on the court to be overtake the distraction that he was as a personality and the way he carried himself. So, yeah, you can remember Dennis Rodman on the Mavericks around that time. He was on that team with Dirk and Steve briefly. Mark Cuban brought him in there. He was wearing like 91 or something. Yeah, it was a really bad scene, Steve said. Nash saying that Rodman was not good on the Mavericks. Let's just put it that way. He really didn't like him. Let's see. Smooth saying 9.79 a day later, busted for steroids. Yeah, it's crazy. That time was so good. In some ways, you got to wonder if there were American people. They're like, we can't have Canada beat us in sprinting. Let's get the goods on Ben Johnson. And they went and got him. We know people will go after people if they really want to take them down in any kind of way they can. And I think that was part of it. Bryce has got me on blast with the Canada flag. I love to see it. Look at this. You guys are we're so patriotic right now. That's right. Love it. I love it. Look at Cowboy 2. Smooth saying 100-meter sprint, 9.79. If he didn't raise his arms 10 yards of the finish, 9.63. Yeah, that was a really I remember this. That was such a battle, Johnson versus Lewis. I have a Carl Lewis story. I went to the Olympics in 1996 in Atlanta, and I saw Carl Lewis in the middle of the street. Like I was walking in the village, the Olympic Village. My dad and I had just gone to a Burger King to get something to eat, and we're out in the street and we're walking around, and Carl Lewis just like strolled by us with a huge crowd of people mobbed around him. That was pretty cool. That was just days before the bomb went off at the Olympic Village in Atlanta. You remember that? The Olympic bombing that happened, and Richard Jewell got wrongfully accused of it and it ruined his life. That's a very interesting story, the Atlanta bombing. But yeah, I was there at the Olympics in Atlanta in 96, and I saw Carl Lewis in person walking around in the Olympic Village with a crowd of people around him. Very, very interesting. Full Ass is saying, well, all the memberships was a mistake, guys. No, it wasn't. That was the best mistake you've made today, Full Ass, with your ass. That, you know what? If you're going to have the name Full Ass, I guess you're going to have butt dialing, is the lesson we've learned today. That if you're going to be full ass, if you're going to continue to be full ass on this channel, well, there's going to be butt dialing. There's just a certain level of it that's required. And well, the butt dialing led to extravagance, spending money on memberships. In some ways, I don't know. Do you want me to refund your money, Kareem, for this? I don't know how. I don't know how to do it, but I appreciate you giving memberships to 20 of our members today. Including yourself. You got one yourself, though. Yeah, Kareem, Cowboy saying, what a lineup, Kareem. I'm glad I'm in the same lineup with the Mischief walking around with his katana ninja. Mischief's awesome. Yeah, I like Jay. Jay, the baseman's awesome. Yeah, that's a really good lineup. Seriously, really good lineup. Ran up saying, Lex, he who shall not be named has made a 360-degree turn on the front office picks and the team. He seems to have the inside track on Koloko coming back to the team and how he's been working out. There you go. All right, well, I like to hear this. I don't have a problem with Raptors content makers. I want a lot of them. I want them to be out there doing stuff like I'm doing because we want more people like me. But I want them to be positive. I don't want them to be depressed, angry people that are lashing out at their team because they feel miserable themselves. And Robert was that for a long time, especially the year of Fred and him bashing him. And then last year, he's going after Dennis and different people. As long as he's not targeting people in the Raptors organization to try and go after them, I can be okay with Pensare. He's got to be positive contribution to Raptors contributors. And if he's standing up for Masai and he's actually like, wow, Masai did really good at the draft. I love the second day of the draft. That's probably some of the shit he's saying. He's like, the second day of the draft, I won me over back with Ujiri or something. I can only imagine what he's saying. I don't give a shit. I'm not going to watch him. But that's good. If he's being positive, I give him thumbs up. That's all I've ever wanted, Robert, is to stop fucking negging Raptors fans with your bullshit content and make better content. And if he's doing a better job now, we're all about it. There you go. Infamous is saying thank you to Big K. And James is saluting to Kareem also. Raptor Freak James, good to see you in the chat, my guy. And Cowboys saying thank you, Kareem. There you go. You're a hero now. Unintended hero. Kareem must have iPhone. Okay, iPhone. That's what that means. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I don't know how he did that. There's Jordy, there's Mo, there's me, there's the Raptor logo, there's Lugetz, there's Andrew, there's Jamal, there's Shay, there's Kem, there's RJ, and there's Kelly, and there's a lot of laughs. Randolph saying, thank you, sir, Kareem, for the membership gift. I tip my hat to you in gratitude. My blessings continue overflowing your life. And blessings to the Phillips family and all the Raptor Freak families out there for sure, and especially the Thomas family also. Yeah, such a benevolent act by Kareem Thomas. Yeah, Wayne saying, I'm dying laughing. Thanks, whether it's a butt call or not. Thanks, Kareem. There you go. Yeah, I mean, listen, he can't be that upset. All of his friends got memberships from this channel. So everybody did. Stargate saying, it later came out that every single runner in that race was juiced, including Carl, all of them. Ben was just the one that got caught. See, that's what makes me think, Stargate, that was Americans not wanting Carl Lewis to look bad next to Ben Johnson, and they took him down. We know that this is the kind of stuff that happens. Seriously, you know. And I believe you. In fact, I remember hearing that later afterwards that, it was just like pro wrestling at that time. Everybody was doing steroids. And baseball players too. Infamous saying, my dad was very close friends with Ben Johnson. He was railroaded by the Canadian Olympic panel. That's sad. In some ways, Ben Johnson was a Canadian hero for a while there. There's been interesting stuff about Ben Johnson since. I think there's been a documentary on him and his life since the embarrassment of what happened to him. And in some ways, it's very inspiring. I believe that Ben Johnson really kind of did good things with his life still, even though he kind of went into infamy for really bad reason. So it's very interesting. We're talking Olympic sports today, I guess. We are talking Canada Olympics. So very interesting. Cowboys saying, sir, Kareem out in the country with his phone in his back pocket riding a horse. Big up yourself. Is that why you're doing this? Kareem, are you out on a horse in the country and the iPhone slapping your full ass and it just keeps hitting memberships in? It's like, I'm riding my horse. It's like, wait a second. Why is he watching my stream while he's riding a horse, cowboy? How the hell can he do that? If you're not careful, that horse will throw you off, Kareem, especially if I say something loud all of a sudden. Trevor say he was going off on your friend, nameless. Oh, okay. All right. Let's see. Smooth saying Ben Johnson, when he was at his height, was the most dominant sprinter ever, including Usain Bolt, man. No, I agree with you. This is true. That moniker, they have all these monikers like sexiest man alive or sexiest woman alive. Well, fastest man alive is a real moniker. And both the people that Smooth has mentioned here have had that moniker at different times. I can remember as a kid seeing the Sports Illustrated issue that had Ben Johnson's smiling face on there with his arms up saying fastest man alive in the world. And man, after that, the fall from grace after that. Yeah, very interesting stuff today. 20 subscriptions from the full ass. All right, let's go through my tabs and make sure I didn't miss anything. I did that. I just want to say, Reggie Jackson signing with the Sixers. That's going to help them off the bench with another tested playoff player. And that's very, very interesting. Let's see. Paul George is talking about how he thinks that he's going to go on a deep run with the Sixers. He's all in on making a deep run with the Sixers. Good luck with that. You play with Joel Embiid. Let's see. Dennis Schroeder, very proud to be the flag bearer for Germany. I'm very proud of Dennis for this. And he has a very interesting interview out saying, being a kid whose mother's from Gambia, who's of his skin tone in Germany was not easy growing up. And look at where he's came to at this point. That much like LeBron will be carrying the stars and stripes for USA, Dennis Schroeder is going to be carrying the flag for Germany as the flag bearer for his country. And that's a great, great story. I think Dennis is one of the most amazing stories in sports on the down low. And that if people gave him more credit and looked at him more honestly in certain ways, other than the villain stuff that he has from the NBA baggage, you guys would be really shocked. I know that y'all understand because we watched him last year on our team. We saw him at FIBA World Cup last year, guide his team to a gold medal as the MVP. Well, I think this is just amazing. Dennis, you're awesome. And I'm so proud of you to be carrying the German flag at the Olympic opening ceremonies. It's a big, big deal. And I think it's very, very cool. Very, very cool. All right, birthdays. Once again, Nick Nurse's birthday is today. So happy birthday, butthole face, is what I'll say. It's also Jamal Shedd's birthday. So let's say happy birthday to Jamal Shedd, the new number 23 for the Raptors. He is 22 today, guys. So happy 22nd birthday to Jamal Shedd, recent Toronto Raptors draft pick. And also, there's one more Raptor birthday today. Happy birthday to Skip to my Lou. That's right. It's Rafer Alston's birthday today. He is turning 48 today. So happy 48th birthday to Rafer Alston also. So yeah, a couple of Raptor birthdays today. Real quick. Real quick. Yeah. Let's see. Wayne's saying that's true. Carl Lewis admitted to himself being juiced up. Ben Johnson was Canadian before the dope and then Jamaican after. The media was and still is full of shit. Yeah. And Carl Lewis should have been on some juice when he did that really bad rendition of the Star Spangled Banner. Oh my gosh, that was really bad. But apparently there was some woman who sang it recently drunk, and she was so bad. Oh my gosh, I couldn't believe how bad that girl was. And she's saying, I was drunk. And I'm like, you know what? When you drink, sometimes you're better. Like if you're a professional singer, you should be better when you drink in some ways. Not that people should drink to get better at singing. I'm just saying sometimes you're looser. And in some ways, it's really bad. Either way, why are they giving certain people the chance to sing the anthem when they're so bad is what I'm saying right now. Yeah. Stargate saying, is Kareem riding a dragon? Puff the magic dragon lives by Lake Ontario. Cowboys saying later, Lex and Raptor Freaks. Dap. Let's grow, baby. Everybody have a blessed and safe day. Let's go. Thank you, full ass. Once again. Yeah. Wayne saying Dennis Schroeder is class personified. Yeah. Yeah. It's a big deal. I mean, I don't know how many people of color have carried the German flag into the Olympics over its history. I'm going to guess it's not very many. I have no idea how many people of color have gotten to have that honor. And he may be one of the very first. Seriously, there probably is somebody else. But man, there probably weren't that many. Cowboys saying Kareem trying to tame a raptor right now. I don't know what he's doing in Jurassic Park. He's out there in Jurassic Park. And most got my cutoff. W stream, W vibes. Keep at it always. Good times. Good times are here. Go Raptors for life. Raptor Freak family crew strong forever. Thank you, Monique, for your part as an MVP on this channel. I appreciate you. Smooth saying Donovan Bailey threw Ben under the bus, man. Wasn't Donovan Bailey like way later than all of this? I'm trying to think. Did he do it later on? He was like, yeah, Ben Johnson, screw him. He was my hero. But then he did what he did, and now I don't like him. I don't know. Donovan Bailey's not in the same generation. Maybe he did throw him under the bus more recently. And Cowboys got Mo on blast. I love to see it. Guys, just real quick, I want to talk to you about my Instagram show on Kensington Variety VIP Club. There's an episode that came out 5 years ago today on a Wednesday, which is today. And I'm talking about the legalization of cannabis in Ontario and how it changed after they made it legal. And it's a very interesting way I shot it. It's not the normal Kensington Variety VIP Club. I was very proud of this episode, actually, when I made it, because I kind of did it in a different kind of style. You have to watch it to see how I did it. But it's very, very informative and interesting. And it's on cannabis legalization in Ontario and how it changed in the first 6 months of when it became legalized. So definitely watch the Kensington Variety VIP Club. It's in the community tab on this channel. It's just a 4-minute little clip. It doesn't take any time, but that show is hilarious. Definitely check it out. There's all kinds of stupid, goofy stuff happening on there all the time. So yeah, check out our community tab is basically what I'm saying. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. We'll do an hour and a half today. I appreciate everybody. Oh, wait. I was going to not do this. We better do this real quick. Got to do the classic card, of course. There's still 21 of y'all here. Okay, I don't want that card. I've done that guy already this season. No, that's too easy. Oh, wow. Yeah, we'll do this one. But we're going to do this one from a distance because this is too easy. It's too easy. All right. First person to write in the full name of this person is going to get 50 points. This is too easy. It's not going to be a big time one. So here we go. Here's the card. If you can see it from there, you should know who it is. I'm not going to bring it any closer. So somebody write in the full name. Don't half-ass me. Don't half-ass me full ass. You've already full-assed the memberships. Don't half-ass me on this one. Who do you think that is on that card? That's right. Smooth's got it from a distance. That's a Dominique Wilkins shiny Hall of Fame card. I couldn't get it any closer. That's too easy. The flat top and the Hawks jersey? No, that's too easy. So Smooth Brown Man, undefeated at the classic card. Once again, look at this beautiful Dominique Panini Hall of Fame card. It's all shiny. Yeah, you like Dominique Wilkins? I do. I got to see Dominique in real life once play against the Celtics and Larry Bird at the Omni in Atlanta in 1989. And I got to see Dominique do one of his signature windmill slams in real life. Like, it was cool. I went to the game. It was the first NBA game I ever went to in my life. And he brought it back and whoo, just like that. And then I went home, and this is in like 89. And I saw the highlight on ESPN later that day. And that was the first time I'd ever gone to a game, saw a dunk in real life, and then went home and saw the dunk on TV. It was very cool. And it was Dominique. And I did get to see Larry, Robert Parrish, Kevin McHale, Reggie Lewis before he died. So it was a very, very cool game. Very, very cool game. Good job, Smooth, getting the points. Yeah. You remember Dominique. Well, everybody should. He's one of the greatest players to ever play in the NBA. He should be. Isn't he top 50? Top 75 all-time greatest players? He should be. If he's not on that list, James Harden needs to get his ass kicked off of it because Dominique Wilkins is greater than James Harden. I'm sorry. He's greater than Damian Lillard. He's greater than Anthony Davis. He's greater than all of them. This guy's greater than them. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. And Smooth, I'm going to put your 50 points down on on the score sheet. All right, thanks everybody. I'll be back tomorrow, Thursday Think Tank. In some ways, maybe we'll be talking about how we think Canada is going to do at the Olympics coming up. So maybe we'll do a Thursday Think Tank. How's Canada going to finish at the France Olympics? It's just about to start. So look forward to that tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. Let's opine on where we're going to end up at the end of things as far as men's basketball in the Olympics for Canada. All right, guys, let's go Raptors. Let's go Team Canada. Let's go WNBA in Toronto. Let's go to the Olympics and win golds and silvers and bronzes. And Ben Johnson, we still remember you. Yeah, and don't be doping. Don't be flying those drones around, and don't be smoking that weed around Canadian Olympians, is what I'm going to say right there. Yeah, Cowboys saying, let's go touch grass. That's right. Go touch grass, y'all. Let's go.